This is Higher, practice paper E. We're looking at question 22 in the non-calculator paper. Show that the line with equation y equals 2x plus 10 is a tangent to the circle with equation x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 4y minus 15 equals 0, and find the coordinates of the point of contact of the tangent and the circle. 6 marks for this question here. Right, so what I'm trying to do is to find out where these two parts coincide, the circle and the straight line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and solve them by simultaneous equations, but really what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute the y equals the 2x plus 10 into where I see y in the circle. So what we'll do is I'll substitute the y equals 2x plus 10 into the circle. So that's the first step I'm going to take there, and that will give me some values of x. Right, so what I've got here is I've got x squared plus, and instead of y, what I'm putting in is the 2x plus 10, and that's going to be squared minus 2x minus 4 times, and y will go in here as well, so that will be 2x plus 10, and I've got minus 15 at the end there, and that all equals 0. What I'll do is I'll square this bracket out, so that'll give me 4x squared, multiply them together and double it, so that'll give me 20x, so that'll give me plus 40x, okay, and what I've got here is squaring, that will be 100, I've got minus 2x here, I've got minus 8x when I multiply that bracket out, minus 40, and what I've left with at the end there is the minus 15. Now when I gather things all up, let's see what I've got here. So x squared terms, I've got 5x squared. And the x terms, what I should have is, let's see, the 40 here. We've got minus 2, so that's going to give me 30. Plus 30x there. And just the numbers, gathering them up, that will give me 45. So plus 45, and that equals 0. Right, so what I'll do here is I'm going to have to factorise this part here, or I could do b squared minus 4ac. Let's make it a bit simpler by dividing through out by 5, okay, and taking out a common factor. So there we go, we've got 5 outside, we've got x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 0. So that just makes it a bit simpler for me to try and work through from there. And what I can do now is I can do b squared minus 4ac on this here, so I can see that a equals 1, b equals 6, and c equals 9. So let's just take that to the side, and I'll do it out here. So b squared minus 4ac, and what we've got is b is 6, so it'd be 6 squared minus 4 times the 1 times the 9. Okay, that'll give me 36 minus 36, which equals 0. So and then we would write a statement. So since b squared minus 4ac equals 0, equal roots exist, and therefore we'll say that the straight line, which is y equals 2x plus 10, is a tangent to the circle. Okay, that's one way of doing it. I know that I've got to go through and find the point of contact, so I'm going to take this further through, and this would be a different way of showing that it's a tangent. Right, so if I factorise this part out here, once I've divided by 5, that 5 is gone, so what I've got is, into two brackets, it'll be 3 and 3, and they'll both be pluses, won't they, there? Okay, so from there what I've got is I've got x plus 3 squared equals 0, and then from there I could make a similar statement, and that would be, since there's only one point of contact, because from here I can see that x plus 3 equals 0, so x equals minus 3. So since there is only one point of contact, then y equals 2x plus 10 is a tangent to the circle. Okay, so that's the two ways that we can do it, that way there or that way there, to prove that it's a tangent. Right, so let's go and get our other point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute that x equals minus 3 into either the circle or the straight line. Let's go for the straight line, put it into the straight line. So y equals 2x plus 10 it is. So when I substitute a 3 in where x is, what we should get is, if I multiply that through, it's a minus 3 that goes in there. Okay, so that's going to be minus 6 plus 10, and what we've got is, we've got 4 coming out there. So the point of contact is going to be minus 3, 4, and that's the question complete. Right, we've got 6 marks to be gathered up here, so let's go for 1 mark for doing the substitution. So it'll be 1 mark for substituting the straight line into the circle. I'll get 1 mark for gathering everything up together to there, 1 mark for factorising it out to here, whether you gather it that way, factorise it that way from this one or that one there, you can do it either way. I'll take 1 mark for getting x is equal to minus 3. I'll go for 1 mark for either this one or this one here, whichever way you've done it. And finally the 6th mark for getting the point of contact and stating that in coordinate form. There we go, so 6 marks.